Good morning, viewers. Today we have Mr. Shiv Gupta, Director Lakshmi Agro. Welcome, Mr. Gupta, to our show.
Thank you so much.
Please share your journey of Lakshmi Agro.
Lakshmi Agro is our manufacturing vertical. It was started by my father way back 33 years back.
Okay.
And he started business with the distributorship of IPCL. So after entering into that business, we started the manufacturing of sulfonic acid. Basically, it's a detergent intermediate.
Okay.
And it's the main heart of detergent. It gives all the cleaning and foaming properties to detergent products.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how we ventured into manufacturing. And then slowly we moved our factories here and there, from one location to the other location, and based on demand and supply and tax benefits, and from a very low scale to now a very considerable level over the last 33 years.
Fantastic. So tell me, how and when did you venture into exports?
I joined business way back in 2006. So that was the time when we were only into the Indian market, and only in Indian market, and that too in the regional scale. Few states we were covering. That time it was, I was very determined to do something and add value to the company and take it to a different scale altogether. So then I realized that our product, our business, is exported quite a lot from India. And so that is how I tried, with the help of your data, and I tried to get in touch with the buyers. Then initially, it took me almost close to 3 years of research and a lot of persuasion and a lot of
persistence.
Yeah, and a lot of getting after the buyers to gain their trust, because nobody knew us. They did not know about our capabilities. So of course, it is natural for anyone. So finally, after 3 years of hard work, in 2011, we got our first order.
Okay.
Not
very long back.
Not very long back at all. And then sometimes, you have to be lucky. So I was lucky, and I was lucky from a buyer who's still a very close friend in Pakistan.
Okay.
In Karachi. He was the one who trusted me at that point of time.
Okay.
That was only 2011 October, I still remember. We exported from our Gujarat factory, one of my factories in the western part of India. So from that port to Karachi port, it takes only 1 day. So it was convenient for everyone. I went there, and the container came, and it was all, it was a celebration for everyone, because something new was starting.
Awesome.
So that was exciting.
May I know, what's the turnover of export business right now?
Exports, we are doing around 100 crores.
Domestic, you're doing around 400.
So put together, our total turnover is around 650 crores.
650
for
crores.
manufacturing.
And earlier you started with around 1 or 2 CR when you...
For exports, of course, we started from scratch.
And domestic also?
And domestic, yes, but the volumes were very low. So we were put together, we were doing around 100 to 120 crores put together.
In 2011?
Around 2010, 2009-10, yeah.
Okay. So from
under
there,
150 crores.
So you reached 650 CR.
Yes.
So that's a massive growth. So today you need to share your secrets with us. Since Lakshmi Agro has been in business for almost 33 years, and you are handling business since 2009, I'm sure you must have made a lot of mistakes as well. So learning from your past mistakes, what according to you are the 3 things one must avoid in an export-import business?
Everyone makes mistakes. You try to be as transparent as you want, but you still make mistakes.
Yes,
we all are humans, But number one, the most common mistake anyone I feel would do, and I have also done it, is too much of anxiety in terms of selling. Yes, I want to do it, and to sell and to to come down to a conclusion, to come down to those price levels which are not suiting you.
Okay.
Just to get those customers. I feel once you can do that, but you should not do it every time, because that will not be sustainable for that customer and for you also. So you should take a stand on your pricing, and you have to be confident on that.
The first is no compromise on prices.
And second, I would say that you have to make sure that your buyer is credit worthy.
Okay.
and you need to make sure that your payment is safe, because your sales your sales will count only when your payment is remitted back to you, and that is what will be a successful sale. So you have to make sure you are not desperate in terms of numbers. You see the opportunity, you get very attracted to selling more product, but you have to make sure that your payment is secured. So one should do business the way it is done in the import-export market, like a letter of credit, like on part advance payments. And even if you're giving on credit, you should know the customer, you should have some security, you should know the customer inside out, and you should just not blindly do or follow only the sales targets, and you have to realize the payments. There should not be any emotional connect between you and your buyer in terms of payments.
Okay.
That is very important, because I have burned my fingers in that. So this is what I've learned. So we are very clear now. Our relationship is the best. We can do everything for you. We know your capability also, but we have a limitation, and the limitation is that the payment has to be secure.
Perfect. What about the third?
The third, I would say, you have to supply the right quality.
Okay.
If you just to sell the product and you see that that you can compromise on the quality and nothing is being highlighted on that, and you can make it a habit and you can make it as a part of your business strategy, then I think that's the key to failure. So one has to be very, very conscious of your quality, and you have to supply the right quality. We refuse to supply poor quality to our distributors or customers who want lower pricing from us, because they know even the lower quality will work in the market for them. So we don't follow that strategy. We simply say no to them, and we don't compromise on our company credibility and our quality standards.
What are your views regarding the importance of market research in growth of a business?
See, market research has to be the key criteria. If you're entering into a new product, a new business venture, then you should have the numbers in place. You should have the buyers in place. You should know the year-on-year growth of those particular products, of those business, of those verticals. For at least 5 to 7 years down the line, you should have those numbers very, very simple and clear. You should also be able to recognize the fact that if you are entering into those products, if you're entering into those businesses, then you will be able to capture those or get those customers or those accounts, and then again you have to be very well equipped for that.
So what are the key elements that you look at in a research report?
See, the key element, first of all, you have to trust the data.
Yes.
So that way we've been very fortunate enough with InfoDrive data coming into us.
Okay.
So the key element, according to me, is searching for the right customers and the right countries, the right market.
Okay.
I feel you have to identify the bigger customers first, and the right markets where you want to enter. The markets have to be non-risky markets. You have to identify the right countries and the right customers, and keep your goals right. I'll have a very small story. We were after one customer. We were buying regularly from a lot of countries, and according to us, it was the number one customer. So after 7 to 8 attempts of being rejected there, of not even getting slot for a meeting also. So by all ways and means, with all desperation, after 7 to 8 or 9 attempts, we finally got a breakthrough and a trial order. So this we only got with the help of market research and the market data. So this was one of the biggest turning point for us.
Okay. So you could understand a value of a customer and can strategically chase few customers instead of all, and people who matter you may even chase for 7-8 years to make sure the buyer is finally you are introduced.
Yours.
And you Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful guest, and I am sure our readers must benefit from this knowledge that you shared.